Hi, y'all. This is Renee, your wealth coach. Welcome to my live. And for those that are watching the replay, thank you so much for viewing this video. I had made a post earlier that talks about your level of wealth, the amount of wealth that you'll obtain is based on your abilities. And what I meant by that, I'm doing a series on what the Bible says about wealth. And so I shared last year about the talents on how God, this man that owned a business, he gave one of his workers, he's like, I'm going on a journey and I need you to be responsible for this portion of the business while I'm away. And so he gave one $10,000, one $5,000, and one $1,000. So he had three people and he gave them responsibilities. And he says, I'm going on a long journey. So they didn't know when he was coming back. So immediately, the one with the 10 talents immediately put the money to work. The one that had 5 talents immediately put the money to work. And then the one that had the one talent just buried it and did nothing with it. And so, but he gave, why would he give one 5, and one 10? That's not the same amount across the board. But the reason why he gave it in different portion is because the one that he gave the one talent didn't have the ability to handle the 10 talents. Nor did he have the ability to handle the 5. And the one that he gave the 5 didn't have the ability to handle the 10. And so it's according to your ability. So what exactly does that mean? That means it's based on your skills. It's based on your experience. It's based on how well you manage money. There was just, recently a big lottery ticket winner. One person got over, I'm sure they're not going to get $1 billion, because got to pay taxes. But there was one person that won it, but there was so many people that took the chance on being that one person that won the ticket. But generally, statistics show that people that win lottery money, that they don't have the ability to they have the ability to receive it for sure, but they don't have the ability to maintain it and keep it and turn it around to earn money. And so, I believe that God gives us everything that we need on a daily basis, on a weekly basis, on a monthly basis. He gives us the money that we need to take care of our needs. And then if you're a good money steward, or money manager, then you know how to pay a portion here, save a portion, pay yourself first. You just take what you have and you double it. And that's exactly what they did in the story. They doubled the money. So when he came back, the one that had 10, it's like, look, now I have 20. And the one that had 5, he then had 10. And the one that had 1 still had the 1. And so, that's one thing about this group. And I hope you guys are not just sitting back and just chilling in the group, but we provide resources. We provide everything that I provide, whether it's playing the Cashflow game every Sunday, we still play it every Sunday, or if we do the book club. I kind of stopped doing the book club. Definitely, I still read books because, I need to know how to properly manage my money. Like when I do play the Cashflow game, like if I am the janitor or if I am the teacher or there's other, jobs in there. But then when I become the doctor or the lawyer, I can still win the game, but I really have to be focused on what I'm doing because that's a higher level of income from a janitor. And so, I kill it as a janitor. I can win the game with my eyes closed, and I can win the game as a doctor or a lawyer. But because the income is more money, the bills are more money. So you really got to know. You got to know how to, be a good money manager, to know how to, okay, this is for investing. On this, you have an opportunity. Do I take a loan, or do I have enough money for the down payment? It takes a little more for me. And so, but I'm getting ready to go to the next level, in my wealth status. And so I've made $1 million over my lifetime, but I don't have that $1 million today. And so this time around, making money is not hard for me. It's easy for me to make money. But at the end of the day, 100 years from now, I want that $1 million still working. I've always worked a job, and then I went into business and I had a salon. So that was different from getting paid hourly. I was then, every time a client sat in my chair, I got paid cash. And so back then I didn't know what I know today. So this time around, I am leaving a legacy. So I am going to make sure that, 100 years from now, that my tenants will still be paying into, the business will still be flowing even after I'm gone. And so just like the Rockefellers, like he died over 100 years ago, and the family is still, he allocated the money in a trust that the money flows generation after generation. And so I'm trying to set that up for my family as well. So, so this time around, I'm much smarter, and I'm making my money work for me. And so, if I were to pass away and my daughter, doesn't want to run the business, that's okay. She won't have the burden of trying to still run the business. The business will still run. Tenants will still be paying their rent. She'll still, benefit from that. She'll still benefit from the royalties of the books that I write. She'll still benefit from my online courses, where people, that's why I'm doing videos that are classic information, so that 20 years from now, if someone wants to start their business or write their business plan, or they want to know how to invest in real estate through wholesaling, flipping, or buy and hold, that they can go and download my course from my website, that my daughter will still benefit from those, that income down the road. And so this time around, I'm creating my future, her future, and my grandchildren and their children's future. And that's what my grandfather did. At the time, I'm really now seeing what he has done, where him and his father purchased over 100 acres of land in South Carolina. He's gone now, and then we still own the land today, our family. But the land was, I'm going to use the term flowing with milk and honey. My grandfather grew tobacco. He grew cotton. He had, he farmed the land. He had a convenience store. Now I'm 58, and back I had to be 6 and under, where I would go down and as a young girl, and he, once my father and his siblings moved away, my grandfather still sat down and created income for himself by having a store. Across the street was a factory, which is still there and operating today. And they would come over for lunch, and we would fry up pork chop sandwiches for them. And he always had ice cold Coke when that's when the Cokes were in the Coke bottles. And then he had candy, So, he saw a need, and he created a solution. There was, pecan trees in the front yard. That's income. There's so many, that's what I mean by a land flowing with milk and honey, that he passed it down to us. And so I'm going to keep the legacy going. And so, yes, building wealth. God is only going to give you what you can handle. So, I know that, we talk about being millionaires and, billionaires. We see a lot of that happening now is tangible. We're seeing people come into money, and if they could do it, we could do it. And so, but it's according to your ability. God is not going to give you more than you can handle. But in the meantime, you want to, read books on the subject that you're interested in. I mentor, I mentor young men and women, and I never recommend something without, hey, here's a book that helped me in this subject. Or, I'm always encouraging people, do your due diligence. That's research. Get the information that you need. Count the cost before you build. All of that is important. And, when I first started my business, I graduated from high school. Then I went off to college, but I went off to learn how to be an architect. That wasn't my calling. I always wanted to do hair. So 1 year after being in college, I then dropped out, and then I went to school for cosmetology. And, back then I didn't know, I've always been a business person, from a young girl up, but to know, how to professionally set it all up. But what I had in my heart was a desire to be successful. And so when a lot of my friends were going to college, I'm in cosmetology school, and then I built a business. And so with that desire, I had said that, I would be a person without a college degree that had a successful business. And I did, and I was successful. And along the way, that's why I said, according to your ability, according to your experience is one of them, one way of getting it. So trust me, I did get, I was educated in the cosmetology field, and I kept current. I went to hair shows. So I kept growing. And there was a lot of things that I learned on the fly as far as a business. And when I look back now I have a formal degree in business. I have a small business degree, and I have a business administration bachelor's degree. Now that I have, when I moved to Ohio, I said, you know what, I'm going to go. That's when I saw like the Charles Pinzones and the Kenneths, and I was like, I want that type of salon, that type of spa. And so I knew I had to go. In order to compete, I had to go and get a formal education. But the first degree, I was like, I had a small business associate degree, and I was like, I don't feel as though I got what I needed. And so from there, I went and got my bachelor's degree. But even knowing the formal way of doing it, the professional way of doing it, I now know that I was on track. I was actually doing things right. And so, you don't have to have a formal education to go after your dreams or to do the things that create the type of life that you want to live. And so, according to your ability, God is not going to give you more than you can handle. So we may be asking sometimes for things that we can't handle. And so to get to your financial freedom number, it may not be $1 million. It may be, 60,000, 50,000, 100,000, so once you sit down and plot out, write down what you need, and then you'll see that your financial freedom number is not $1 million. And so and you'll see that it's more obtainable and that you can do it. And so I am gonna stop there. It was nice talking with you, and then I'm excited because to be honest with you, at the end of the day, that's where I get my nuggets. That's where I get my blueprint from on how to build wealth. And so there's so many different things. You don't even have to know all of the things in there. You could just focus on one thing and be successful and have more than you could ask or think. And so I'm going to say goodbye for now and see you on the next video. Bye.